Okay. Do I? Oh, there you go.
I just want to say that I've written your website to your fan mail, and you guys have actually answered me about 3 times, and I think that's really special and lovely that you take time to read over some emails.
Oh, she likes the website and the fact that we answer. I try to answer direct questions on the website if they haven't been asked like 1,000 times before. I find it's a deficiency in schools nowadays that people are not taught what the word bibliography means. Because they're always asking about the order of the stories in the books, and I'm going, up at the top. Bibliography. And I think that's as clear can be. There's also a section marked events calendar for people who are wanting to know where I'll be next. And there's also a list of frequently asked questions. What about this? Do you not get? Because inevitably, I think we could cut down traffic on the board 70%. Probably if people would just say, oh, there's the section I should read, instead of going for the instant gratification of saying, Charlaine, when is your next book coming out? You would think people would know by now if it's May. It's sucky. That's the way it goes.
It's actually like little crazy little things. Like I said, I've just finished book 9, and you're like, I love that part. Like they write back nice things. Like,
amazingly, when I was in Portugal, my Portuguese publisher did not warn me that they had just published book 5 in Portugal, and so people would say, well, when this happened in book 5, and I'm going, really, I couldn't remember which one that was, and then they tipped me off. There's a really minor character there named Portugal. And he's really a big star in Portugal. I kill him off. So they said, oh, why'd you name it Portugal? And I'm going, I don't remember, that was 5 years ago, but I made up a really good story. That's what I do. Yes. Yeah. Will she have a long life? No, she'll have a human lifespan. You can tell my voice is still. I'll answer a couple more questions. Yes.
Are you going to be doing any True Blood?
I did one last season.
Season finale.
But in the last episode, sitting on a bar stool in my pretty striped shirt. She's actually part of my middle class Southern woman wardrobe. If I can work it out, Alan says anytime I want to be on the show, I can. But, it's like planning a campaign. To find an episode I could reasonably be in at a time when they're shooting, at a time when I can be in LA, so it honestly, it grew so complicated that I would have had to have been in the orgy scene. Which was, off the board. or be sitting on the bar stool. I felt like I could handle sitting on the bar stool. Okay, one more question.
Yeah, I grew up in Shreveport, and your books really illustrate that a lot. And I was wondering, we've been trying to figure out exactly where Renard Parish, the fictitious parish, would lie, and also, what gave you the idea to decide to base a lot of the books there, because Shreveport doesn't get a lot of press.
Oh, God, yeah, that's why I picked Shreveport. Nobody's going to fight me for ownership of Shreveport. I felt like Anne Rice had done the southern part of the state and done it beautifully. And I thought, nobody wants the northern part of Louisiana. If I stake that out, I'll have it all to myself. Renard Parish is like right around Arcadia and Mendon. That's where it is. Though, amazingly, Monroe moves back and forth a lot closer to Shreveport than it actually is. For purposes, that's called Charlaine geography. And really don't pay too much attention to the math in the books either. I'm well known for my fuzzy math. That is a proper term on the board now. We're not operating according to the real mathematical rules. We're operating according to fuzzy math. That's my math. You know, I can still answer a few questions as you come up to get your book signed. In view of the size of the crowd, I think I probably should start signing really soon. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I really.
Okay, so please.